Here's a quick tip if you're in the gym training and you're doing an exercise and something starts hurting. Step one is stop. Make sure that the weight that you're using isn't too heavy. Most of the time, injuries happen because we're trying to do something that our bodies aren't ready for yet. So the first step to take is to lighten the load. If you've got a barbell on your back and you're back squatting, for example, it might be more worthwhile to grab a dumbbell and start goblet squatting instead. Similar movement, you're going to be able to develop a good bit of muscle and a good bit of strength through doing some goblet squats. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So step number one is lighten the load. Make sure it's something that's manageable and that you can do with really good form. Step number two is to just change the exercise. So we want to think of movements first before we think of them as exercises. So if we're struggling to do a barbell back squat and then we regress that to a goblet squat, if we're still struggling to do the goblet squat, that's probably going to mean that we've got some kind of fundamental issue that we need to address before we load that movement. And so getting into good positions and being able to do a really good bodyweight squat is basically the place that we want to start. We want to master the movement before we progress onto the exercise. So master the movements first and then load them. And step number three, if you've got a coach, speak to them, be open about it. If there's an area that's hurting while you're doing a specific exercise, they're probably going to be able to provide you with some feedback, maybe a coaching cue or two that will hopefully take the pain away and make sure that you're doing things safely and correctly. This is something that we cover in our 21-day fundamentals program. So if you don't currently have a coach and you want to get into training and you're not 100% sure where to start, then click the link that's in the bio or in the comments below and let's get started.